Welcome to another video, and this one is I'm drawing Sage. She is one of the characters that I don't draw as much, but she's in the same universe as like Quinn and Sam and all of them. She's actually native to the other world, and she's pretty chill. She's got a griffin, which I kind of want to draw her with the griffin, but yeah, that's who she is, and we love her very much. She's on the younger side. I think I had her as 14, but I might make her a little bit younger. But yeah, so yeah, I really like her. She's pretty chill. She's gonna be like the little baby sister of everyone. But yeah, we love her. I don't know why it's so choppy, the recording. Oh, right, because I was watching a TV show, so sometimes I just look up and I kind of forget that I'm drawing, and then I just kind of stare. I just kind of watch the TV show. Anyway, I actually had a topic for today, so I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh, the new Percy Jackson episode. Okay, we love it, okay? We love it. The first scene, I don't like the first scene, but the rest of it is pretty cool. I like the rest of it. I literally screamed when they were like, when Percy went into his face dropped, and I was like, yes, we do this now. Walker is just great. But yeah, I love it. It's like Cersei's Island is such a foreshadowing for what this is, and I can't wait to see exactly how like crazy Percy goes in the next episode when he goes after to find like Luke and all of them. I can't wait to see the new episode. It's gonna be a good time. I like it when people go crazy like that. It's my favorite thing to like think about and like watch. I don't know why. It just scratches a certain itch in my brain where it's like, yeah, you pushed them to the edge and you were paying the price. You know, it just does something. It's the best. There is one thing, and this is so nitpicky that I feel like I shouldn't even like say what it is, but the first scene, I have to talk about that first scene, and it's the scene where Percy has the dream, and then he sees that Thalia is under the hood for Kronos. Great. I think that's awesome, because I do see like where everyone's coming from, as from like someone who has both read the books but also like understands Thalia's character. Like, she hates Zeus, she hates the gods. Like, I get like what's going on here, and I really, really like it, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But Percy doesn't know what Thalia looks like. I'm sorry. Either one, how you would fix this. Okay, one, you would either have Annabeth be like, this is Thalia, and show Percy a picture of Thalia, which makes sense. Which doesn't really make any sense. Actually, it doesn't, because why would Annabeth have a picture of Thalia? So I get why they didn't go that route. But instead, you could have it be at the end of the season. You go in, you revive Thalia with the tree. I should probably put a spoiler warning in there. I will. But yeah, you revive Thalia. We love that. And that's the moment where Percy realizes, oh shit, she was the one that was under the hood in my dream at the beginning, in that one scene. Because that would just add so much suspense of him being like, I don't know who it is, but we know who it is. I don't know. I think that would be cool. That's just me personally, though. I mean, maybe he does, and it's just off screen that he knows what she looks like, but he really should not know what Thalia looks like. Obviously, this is so nitpicky, and I get that. That's so freaking nitpicky. But I'm just going to say it anyway, just because it's the one thing that, like, it's what shows up in my head. So, yeah, that pissed me off a little bit. I literally yelled, bullshit, into the abyss of my living room. It's just a fact. I could not. But yeah. So those are my thoughts on that episode. I can't wait for the next one to come out. I can't wait for two reasons. Number one, I can go break into my brother's apartment, as in he'll let me while he's at work, but I think it's more funny if I say that he doesn't let me, and I can watch the new Percy Jackson episode tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Those are my thoughts. It's kind of, I don't know if it sounds different, but it is kind of the next day, and that's because I had nothing else to talk about, and honestly, I should probably just edit down these videos, but then I feel like the visuals, so like me recording my drawings, is like too fast and stuff, and I don't like that, so I'm trying to like not do that. So now I have to figure out something to talk about. Let's see. Oh, I'm reading the Sea of Monsters book while I watch the show, so I'm slightly behind. But I am very close to where maybe I'm not. I'm looking at the book right now, and I'm less than halfway through. That's not right. There's no way. Okay, I need to get caught up on the book, I guess. But I just think it's pretty interesting to, like, read the book as I'm watching the show, and, like, kind of compare notes about what's going on. So, yeah. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? I gave her this little scar because I wanted her to have this unique facial feature, but I also wanted her to be like, she's a little baby, like, she shouldn't have scars, no, but I gave her one anyway. But yeah, I gave her bangs. She didn't originally have bangs before, but I have bangs, and I think they're adorable with 2 braids, so I did that anyways. Also, having her hair pulled back in all of the other drawings just looked weird, so I felt like I had to have some sort of hair in front of Sage's face. But yeah, I found this dress on Pinterest, and it's the cutest dress, and it was like so perfect for her, so that's what I drew her in. But yeah, we are going to jump ahead a little bit here to when I am coloring. This is just because I cut out the rest of the line art, but I have changed like how I render things a lot, so I'm gonna like kind of explain it again. So right here I'm coloring it in with like this textured brush because I like the texture that it has, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't use a textured brush. And then I'm using my pencil like sketchy brush to shade because I think it gives it a more hand-drawn sketchy kind of look, and I really like that. So that's where I'm going in right now and just shading it in. I use this purplish color, but I think I change it later on because it was a little bit too saturated, but I don't change it on the hair, and I kind of like that, but everywhere else is a little bit more desaturated. There's something about me like rendering like anything but specifically like hair. I don't know, I feel like I don't get the forms right. I think it looks okay, but not as good as I would want it to. But then again, that's all my art, so I think it's okay. It's fine. We're just gonna speed through the rest of it here, just shading like the braids and stuff, and then we're gonna go in with highlights because we love highlights, and they're the best part of drawing hair. It just finishes it off. I don't know what it is about it. I put my highlight layer underneath my shading layer, and I do this for all of it. I'm not exactly sure why I did this, but I do think it kind of makes it a little bit better than just plastering highlights over the shadow. Anyway, I don't know. I really like it. I'm going around just defining the little hair strandies, and I do think it looks pretty good. I'm actually really proud of this drawing. I really love this drawing. I'm really, 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 really glad that I recorded it. I'm just kind of going through. I have a color palette for each of like my characters to make sure that all of their color palettes stay the same. And so I'm just going in here and adding like the hair color to that color palette. Then I'm going in and trying to figure out exactly what skin color I want. I wanted it to be tanner, but not like insanely dark, because I don't think it would blend into the hair a little bit too much. I don't know. So now I'm going in the exact same way that I did with my with the hair, and I'm just erasing around it so it has this textured look to it, and then I'm coloring in the scar a little bit with a pink version of the skin color. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you basically just keep the actual hair, the wherever the skin tone is, you keep it the dot there, and then you just move the color wheel into more of a pink or red, and it makes it's like my favorite thing to do, because if you add it onto a multiply layer, it makes a cute little blush, and then if you just put it regular, it's like a little scar thingy, and I really like that. Now I'm going in with some shading, and this is where I go a little bit desaturated. I also add some blue and stuff in there because, I don't know, it just adds a little bit more dimension, and I really like that. So I'm going in with that. I'm trying to make sure that every form is kind of rendered pretty well, and then I'm going in with the highlights now, and it's just like making sure everything looks round, because the human body is very round, at least for hers. I don't know, like you got the shoulders, and then you got like the round face curve, and then you have like your nose, which I guess it depends on the person, but for her at least it's pretty round. And then I'm going in here with all of the colors, and I wanted it to be pretty springy. I thought about doing a pattern, then I realized I don't want to do a pattern, and so I didn't. But I went in with a green for all of these, for like the belt, and then like the little accent pieces, and then I went in with like a dull like orange color and for the rest of it, and then I had like this yellow on the sides, which you'll see in a second. And here I gave up on the whole erasing part, because that was like, I didn't want to do that, so I just was very careful. And then I went in with the yellow. Tell me what you think of this dress. I really like it personally. I like the green, and it's all very yellow toned, and I really like that for Sage, which really doesn't go with her name, because if you think about it, Sage is more of a blue toned green, but oh well, it doesn't really matter, it's fine. And I'm going in and I'm kind of just defining the shapes of the wrinkles on the dress, because it's like bunched in at the belt, and then it goes out for the dress and for the skirt, and then out up around her shoulders. Anyway, I really like her dress, and then I'm going in with the highlights again. It's kind of a process here. It's kind of like part of the process going from shading to highlights. You know, I'm sure you guys know how drawing works. I believe in you guys. I'm going with the eyes, and I decided to go with the brown when I was designing her character, which I really like. So I go in with a more of a rich reddish brown, and then I go in with a lighter brown for those little highlight thingies that I like to put at the bottom, and then I go in with my shading and a pretty bright highlight, because eyes should be shiny. It is just a fact, it should be shiny. And then I end up after that, I combined all of my layers for some reason after every single rendering, because I render each. So if you noticed, I'll go in and I'll color the skin, and then I'll paint the skin, and I'll like render it a little bit with like the shading and the highlights. And then I'm going in and I'm combining all those layers down once it's finished. And I'm not sure exactly why I'm doing this. All the layers are like pretty annoying to deal with and to like just have sit there. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. And then you just have a much more limited amount of layers while still having things separate, because I'm not going in and editing those previous shading layers. Most of it's done, and if I have to, I'll just color drop. It's fine. But then I finished it off. I decided to not do a background, and then yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.